Hello, my friends. We got a few scriptures to read tonight with our daily Bible readings. We are in 1 Kings chapter 18. Y'all ready? Let me get a good breath. I was busy today, y'all. I worked physically outside pretty much all day, and I'm tired. I hadn't done that in a long time. I got a lot accomplished, though. I didn't finish. I had 3 projects, and I didn't finish. I worked on all 3 a little bit. I got my potatoes planted, but I didn't get my onions or peppers planted or my flowers. So I got to go back at it again tomorrow. And next Saturday and Sunday, we got snow in the forecast again. Can you believe that? I hope it doesn't snow. And it's going to get down in the 20s again, too. So I'm going to have to cover my fresh plants with hay, and I got plenty of it. It's just a lot of work. It's a whole lot different gardening up here than it was on the Texas Gulf Coast. I tell you what, it was pretty easy on the Gulf Coast. I didn't have to worry about it. Up here, you got to worry about it all the time because you never know when it's going to get down in the freezing or 20s or teens. It still does it in April and May. And plants don't like that, or vegetable plants don't like that kind of weather. Anyway, let me get started. 1 Kings chapter 18, and it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go, show thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. And Elijah went to show himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly. For it was so, when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water. And Ahab said unto Obadiah, Go into the land, unto all fountains of water, and unto all brooks. Peradventure we may find grass to save the horses and mules alive, that we lose not all the beasts. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that my lord Elijah? And he answered him, I am. Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And he said, What have I sinned, that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me? As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord hath not sent to seek thee. And when they said, He is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not. And now thou sayest, Go, tell the Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord should carry thee whither I know not. And so when I come and tell Ahab, and he cannot find thee, he shall slay me. But I, the servant, fear the Lord from my youth. Was it not told, my Lord, what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord? How I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water? And now thou sayest, Go, tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay me. And Elijah said, As the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, I will surely show myself unto him today. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art he that troubleth, art thou he who troubleth Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Baalim. And now therefore send and gather to all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, and the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there is no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, Cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and must be awakened. And they cried aloud, and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out of them. And it came to pass, when midday was past, And they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. How would you like a God like that? I would not like a God like that. I wouldn't have a God like that. And Elijah said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. I got to get a drink of water, y'all. I'm sorry. My mouth is dry as a bone. All right. Where are we at? And with the with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, Do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, Do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the water ran round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. The wood was soaking wet, y'all. A wood doesn't burn when it's soaking wet. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of all Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. That's a good prayer right there, y'all. We need to be praying that prayer for a bunch of people. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice and the wood and the stones and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. That was a pretty good fire that the Lord sent. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, The Lord, He is the God. The Lord, He is the God. And Elijah said unto them, Take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon, and slew them there. So Ahab went up to eat and to drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth and put his face between his knees. And he said, Whoa, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I gotta find my place now. And he said, Wait, where am I at? And he said to his servant, Go up now looked toward the sea, and he went up and looked and said, "There is nothing." And he said, "Go again 7 times." And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, "Behold, there ariseth a little cloud out of the sea like a man's hand." And he said, "Go up and say, Ahab, prepare thy chariot and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not." And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. And the hand of the Lord was on Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. That's some good stuff, y'all. I like anything that involves Elijah. Elijah is awesome. I'm done, y'all. I am done, and I don't have any redneck ramble to give you other than what I already gave you. So I reckon that's that. And I'm going to sleep pretty soon. I am so tired. I was talking to one of y'all on the phone a while ago. And if any of y'all want to call me on my old phone. Because that new one doesn't work most of the time. It doesn't do anything. Nothing on it works right. And I got to pay every month. I keep telling them about it, and they don't seem to care. All I can do is talk to AI, and AI doesn't do anything. If there's any rivers around here, I'd probably throw it in the river. But there aren't any rivers around here. I'm done, y'all. I'd like to sit here and talk to y'all all night, but we can't do it on here. Not like this, anyway. And I don't know when y'all come on here. Y'all leave me some messages in the comments below and let me know what time of the day y'all would be available to do a live video. Because I want to do one with y'all, my regular viewers. The one I did the other day, none of the people watching was my regular viewers. I want to do it when my regular viewers are on. So y'all let me know when, all right? I reckon I'm done. I keep saying that. And this is an 18 and a half minute long video. I reckon that's long enough. I don't ever look at this. I don't go by certain times. I just share whatever the Lord gives me to share, whether it be 1 minute or whether it be 30 minutes or an hour. So that's that. Y'all leave me a comment below and let me know what time of the day would be good for us to do a live video together. That would be fun. All right, I'm about to fall asleep. It is cold here, y'all. It is cold. Outside it was cold, plus the wind was blowing about 429 miles an hour. And you can't see my arm, but it got, well, maybe you can. Look at my arm and my hand. I got battle wounds today. I got some on this hand too. This arm's not as bad, but I got some there. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are my family, and I just love you. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all are so nice to me. And I need a family, and y'all or my family, and I need somebody to be nice to me, and y'all are super nice to me, and I appreciate it. And all that makes me love you. And it's good for me to have somebody to love. Yep, it is. All right, that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all.